Alright, chat, it's Asmo time. So, I have not played this deck in a while, but I saw a list the other day. That's me, sure. I saw a list the other day that had Bowmaster, and I was like, I mean, you know, Bowmaster, good black card, reason to be playing black in the Asmo deck, so I figured this would be a good showcase. I mean, a lot of this is the same as to what we played, you know, months ago at this point. The core of, like, Gilded Goose, Asmo Cookbook, obviously, Finale for Asmo, Sarinth Steelseeker, very powerful with Cookbook. Steelseeker also very good with Troll King, because you can, like, turbo through your deck with Cookbook and find the Troll King, mill it over, get it back. Street Wraith to set up turn 1 Asmos, and then your small Saga package here, so essentially just trying out, like, the same black-green core that we've been playing for a while, just with Bowmaster. That's kind of the new addition here, so certainly can't be that bad. This card is extremely powerful, so we'll see how it goes. I don't really know what problems Asmo decks have in particular. That's, like, kind of a really hard question to answer. But, I mean, Bowmaster's just a good card. So if the problem was not having enough good cards, Bowmaster definitely fixed that. Definitely helped out that situation. And, you know, as an Asmo enjoyer, I am fully aware that I play a lot of bad cards. But that's part of the job, you know? Raging Battle Mouse. I don't know what that card is. I don't think the bot still has spoiler cards. Yeah, Bleach Out gets me. You're in the same boat. It's the exact same thing, you know? You can't be an Emiria player and expect to play with good cards. We're just doing it on hard mode. Alright, please don't Prismatic Ending my Cookbook. That'd be rude. Which one's the mouse? Yeah, let's play Saga. Play Steelseeker, and I think I should main phase activate Cookbook so they can't bolt it in response. Definitely don't want that. I don't think I want a third one of those. I probably have to block if they attack. I'd prefer not to, but I'd also prefer not to get hit by Ragavan, so I'll definitely block. The borderless finales look really nice. Second spell costs 1 less, and celebration +1/+1. Oh, that thing. So I guess you can go, like, I don't know, the deck, the thing about the 2-drop slot is I was thinking about playing Bunnicorn instead, because Bunnicorn is, like, it kind of has the same problem as, like, Dice to Fatal Push, but it stands up a little bit better in combat as a standalone threat. And I don't know, just, like, giving one thing +1/+1 doesn't sound that appealing. I don't think it's terrible, but I think it's probably worse than playing the Bunnicorn. Would have left Troll on top and let Ragavan hit us. Well, here's the problem. What if they just don't attack because they don't want to trade? Which is exactly what happened. we cookbook on upkeep. Oh, and then I can decide if I want to bid it on upkeep. Yeah, I see what you're saying. True. Do I want to Cookbook main phase? Probably fine, right? I don't want to give them a 7/6. Let's just Cookbook now. When does the new set come out on Moto? Tuesday. The cards are available Tuesday. I don't really want that, because I just want to make tokens. I don't care if they have it. I don't want a main phase token, though. That's bad into Fury. So I'll just pass. Yes, I am, Lupo. Yes, thank you for asking. I'm in pod 4, which means that I don't start playing until September 20th. That's going to be my first week. So if you guys want to watch and root for me, I believe Dingo said this last night. They haven't, I don't think they officially told us this, but yeah, we can't stream it while we're playing, so I'll probably do a similar thing to Dingo, where I'll, like, play the league week and then do a stream after. Maybe, like, recouping and stuff, or discussing matches about how badly I beat Canister. Fury main phase. Oh, I see what they're doing. They're trying to debate me into making a token so that they can feign death the Fury. Yeah, I'm not falling for that shit. You kidding me? There's no way I'm falling for that. Get out of here. So their last card's Scam Spell? No, I feel like if their last card was Scam Spell, they would have just done it anyways, right? To keep the Fury in play. Maybe I debated myself. It's just like, why would they make that play without the spell? They spent 2 cards to kill a 1/2? What did they... I don't know what that accomplished. It's so weird to me. What's the format of the event? Is it play all 3 of this in your pod? I actually don't 100%... They sent me they sent me the details in the Gmail thing. I'll read it after, but I believe it's... Yeah, I think you play everybody in your pod, and then, like, they have, like... It separates into a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket or something like that. Oh, right. I didn't put it in the Mox field. I've been doing a lot of other stuff today. I'll do that real quick. Second token, probably. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a bunch of shit onto the battlefield. Green-black Asmo. 1 second. Hold, please. Hold, please. Gonna put it in the extension, too. There you go. Should be updated. What are we getting? Probably just Shadowspear. And then I can just go Tomb Goose and not have to discard a card in hand. And then just get the Troll King back. So Goose pre-combat, attack for 7, and then post-combat get back Troll. Yeah, I don't know if they can win. Boop. Alright, good luck. Do I think the 4-mana food and shape a card is playable? The one that makes a food and gives all your foods the ability to tap for green. That card seems like it has a lot of potential, especially if you go with, like, Cookbook Daredevil, just make a ton of food. But the question I ask is, like, what are you doing with all that mana, right? Yeah, it does replace itself, like, mana-wise the turn you play it, but, like, what's your payoff? I guess Finale, maybe? Finale is a decent payoff for all that stuff. Oh, right, it has the 7-mana overrun ability. This deck already kind of goes wide. I could definitely see it. I mean, it being 4 mana is a little tough, even though it replaces itself the turn you play it. Like, you just have to get to 4 mana, which is not always the easiest thing to do, but I think it has potential. I could see it. What are we doing against Skamaz? I think the Lantern's good against their scam stuff. Also good against Kroxa. I don't think I have to do a lot in this matchup. Could do this. Is it a Grist matchup? Let's try this. Turn it into a Reanimator deck and Heartcast Archon. Yeah, like Food Reanimator. I mean, Cookbook is a good discard outlet for Archon. I could see that. Da Vinci tagged me in a hammer list. Index Surge, Charger, Scamp, Hammer. Yeah, I still don't like the Resolute Strikes. I don't hate the rest of this stuff, but I don't like Strike. Second Daredevil's kind of a brick. Not sure about this hand. It's like kind of a 6-card hand. Well, the thing is, you don't really need you don't need more than 1 chain, because you have 6 ways to search it. I'm gonna try this hand. Play Lonus because it breaks my computer. Okay, a little weak to Thoughtseize. It's just weird because it's already kind of a 6-card hand. The second Daredevil does Stone Cold nothing. They took Shadowspear. Maybe they have second discard spell. I think that Kazul's Toll Collector should be tested in a Pioneer Hammer list. Toll Collector, is that the one that, like, pumps for every equipment nut or something like that? Can I link that speed? Yeah, I can. I got you. 3-2-0 attach recommendation. Just to, like, get the hammer on it for free. It's not the worst idea. I wonder if I was supposed to fetch a forest on turn 1 to play around Blood Moon. I am pretty cold to it. I'd rather just concede to Blood Moon. That's rude. Extremely rude. Alright, song request from Ingius. What you got for me today? Alright, I'm just going to assume this is not on Spotify. This kind of goes hard. We got the next 2 turns lined up, though. I don't know how they're ever beating these cards. What does Finale do in this deck? So you can cast it for X = 0 to put an Asmo directly onto the battlefield. That's the most important thing that it does. Okay, what am I getting? Probably a Spellbomb. Alright, how do you beat it? Good luck. I got another one next turn. You know about it. It's like, you want to stop me from making construct tokens? Well, I'll just make construct. I'll just spend 4 mana and make a construct token. What are you going to do about it? EE for 1. Okay. I mean, deal. Deck for 4. I'm just playing in a second Daredevil. I don't give a shit. Alright. Can you beat it? Plan B, baby. What's up, Ride or Die? So, Wilds of Eldraine is on the client, but the set is not out until... the cards are not available until Tuesday. Should change my title, now that I'm playing Modern. Furry? No, my shit's dead. Modern, green-black, Asmo. Alright, they're dead. I guess I can just get him back. Okay. What's the plan here, Stan? I think you were supposed to do that in the other order. Something tells me you were supposed to do that in the other order. I'm not sure about that, but... do I care about this explosives? Well, it's weird, because, like, if I go Finale Asmo, I can't really afford to play the cookbook into the explosives. But then if I pop the Mite, I can't play it anyway, so why don't I just go Finale and not cast the, yeah, Finale for 0 and just not cast the, cookbook. Is this better than Samwise? I think it's more interactive. It has a lot more, like, ways to interact with stuff on the battlefield. I don't know if that necessarily makes it a better or worse deck, but it's just different. The Samwise is like much more of a combo deck, and this is much more of a mid-range deck. Black, red. Terminate targeting Asmo. Sure, that's fine. What does Finale usually grab? Asmo. Like, I would say 90% of the time you're just spending 2 mana to get an Asmo. They could play their own Asmo. Just don't know if I want to use my mana now. It's probably fine to just hold. Not ideal. I think I'm going to Endurance this turn. Knight of Sweet's Revenge. Yeah, that's the 4-mana enchantment, right? So it's 4 mana. ETB, make a food. Makes all your food tap for green. And then it's, what, 7 sacrifice it? Guess I'll do this. Sure. They're at 9, so we can go put them to 6, play Daredevil. Thinking if there's a combo with it in Manufacture. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's some sort of infinite combo with it. I think I'm going to target myself with this. I want to shuffle the Saga back in if I find a fetch land. Okay, attack for 3. Attack you for 3. No, they're not over yet, but I did way too many of them. I did 5 of them yesterday, so I wanted to just take a little bit of a break. I'll probably do some more either tomorrow or Friday. Friday's my birthday, by the way. I think I'm just gonna cube all day Friday. Could do like birthday stipulations and stuff. The thing is, tomorrow we usually do Dodo deck on Thursdays. I don't have any Dodo decks in the queue. So if people want to submit donos, I feel like most people were waiting until the new set drops to be able to submit donos. So, I mean, if you have donos that you want to submit that we can do tomorrow, that's fine. If not, then we'll just cube or something. I'll find something to do. Happy early birthday. Feels birthday man in the chat. Did I win with Storm? No, I think we lost in top 4 with that one. It's time to make you play Stock Spirits again. No, don't buy it here, please. It's not that bad. I think I'm just going to hold up Bowmasters here. Yeah, hold up Bowmaster. This is much better if they have Fury. I know the most common birthdays are in September. Well, that's because I was born in September, and I'm the most important person in the world. So, I mean, it makes sense. My life, I just can't. Okay, so before this comes back, while it is no longer in play, I would like to make food. I'm going to put the Troll King in the graveyard, too. True, yeah, I mean, that's the real answer. I know why it is, but December 31st is where babies are born. Casting Endurance. Oh, I guess discarding the Troll King was kind of a spew then. Whatever, they're dead to the Bowmaster, doesn't matter. You're dead. Excuse me, opponent, you're dead. Dead. Upstairs. Dedge. Alright, 1-0. Let's go. We beat Scam. This deck probably should have a good Scam matchup. Any Urza Saga deck has a good Scam matchup for the most part. Ooh, a little one-land ski, huh? So, what is the plan with this hand? The plan is mulligan, that's the plan. Better, I guess. It's not great, though. Just gonna get Tomb on one. You're 2-0 in your first of the 64 mans. Nice, nice, nice. Played 8 total over the past 2 days, and I have exited in top 8 in 3 of them. And then the other 5, I think I lost in round 1 or 2. So they're a lot of fun, though. They're very, very good. Well, this is not ideal. We look very dead. Force of Vigors and sideboard, mod check. Nope, we're dead. Do you think Generous Hint is worth running in this deck as an enabler for Asmo instead of Wraith? No, you're just never casting Generous Hint. And I think that you're actually better off just having a random card than a land anyways most of the time. Like, I would rather draw a random card from my deck than a guaranteed, forest-type land. I think. Okay, now I think we have to finale here. So let's go get basic forest. Finale for Zero. We can't afford to not get an Asmo to play this turn. If they find a Daredevil, that would be nice. Yeah, I don't really want to go down on lands, though, with Saga. Like, 20 is already kind of pushing it with 4 Sagas. So go Cookbook, trigger Steelseeker. Definitely don't want that. Let's get rid of the Troll King. Let's do this main phase. Take that, and I guess pass. They don't have Hammerks. They would have went for it last turn. But I'm not going to kill the Thopter main phase. Steelseeker is a really good card, specifically combined with Underworld Cookbook. That interaction is so good. Just the turn that you play it, you just go play Cookbook, trigger Steelseeker, activate Cookbook, get a second trigger. It just digs you to your graveyard payoffs. It finds you Urza Saga. It just does everything. It's so good. So that's what we're trying out. Step on Snake. We're trying out Bowmaster instead of Red and 6. I think Bowmaster is a slightly better card overall. Just as for power level and just in the metagame in general, so that's the idea. Yeah, we sketched out a Pioneer Sultai food deck that we'll probably try out at some point. Again, next Tuesday is going to be the big day where we get to play all those Pioneer decks. Can make a token here, right? Yeah, I can make a token. So we go make a token. I might just Needle Nexus. Okay, that's fine. Don't really care. They're tapped out now, too. Just looking for Daredevil. Don't want that. Do I Needle Nexus or Cookbook? Actually, probably better to get a second Cookbook, right? And I have 2 Asmo activations. Yeah. Let's do that. No, I'm just gonna dig for a Daredevil. They shouldn't have an answer to Asmo game 1, so I think I could discard the backup Asmo. Come on. I'm not going to bring back Troll King. I'll just attack with Asmo. Need to find that Daredevil, though. I was thinking of making a Citadel deck with Tough Cookie and maybe new Food Legend. So, like, the Gen Citadel decks kind of thing. What exactly does Tough Cookie offer for you? Just as 2 mana, make 2 food? I'm not sure how that really works with Citadel, though. Just gaining life, I guess? Is that the idea? 2 permanents? Well, like, what are you doing with the permanents, though? Like, how are you using those with... Oh, just, like, for the activated ability of Citadel? Sure, I guess that's fair. I could see it. It's, like, not the worst idea. Yeah. I mean, if every time I've played a version of that Citadel deck in Pioneer with food, when I'm activating Citadel, it just feels like so much more of a win more. Okay, I'm in a really weird spot here. Because if I kill both of their constructs, they just get Hammer and put it on Thopter. But if I kill nothing, they get Needle. Do these Hammer decks have Needle main deck? I guess I could split the difference and just kill one. I think that's a good idea, just split the difference. But I need to leave up an activation for Hammer. If they have Needle, they have Needle. There's just not much I can do about that. I could have preemptively gotten Haywire Mite to deal with Needle if I thought about that, but I think the second cookbook was more important. Tough Cookie is worse Blood Fountain. I mean, depending on how you look at it, it has, like, a much more relevant ability. Like, the ability of Tough Cookie to just present... The curve of just, by itself, turn 2 Tough Cookie, turn 3, if you just activate it, you attack for 6. That's the upside, right? Okay, they do have main deck Needle. Imagine if Asmo was Pioneer legal. Alright, well, I can no longer activate Asmo, so I'll F6. Do they have Hammer in hand? Kind of feels like they do. Okay, let's go... I don't know if I want to main phase activate the Goose, because then I don't have a blocker for the Nexus. Let's just go to combat. Probably going to discard the cookbook in combat, and then just pass. Honestly, I might as well offer this trade. My Asmo doesn't do anything. Oh, it's not a trade. They can make Nexus a creature. Yeah, it's not a trade. Never mind. It's not a trade at all. That's on Handweir Garrison with Pollen Shield. Garrison's the 3-drop. I don't want more 3s in that deck. Deck's already kind of clunky as is. I think we get back Troll King this turn. Okay. That's not bad. I have no idea, Nemi. Okay, take 7. Yeah, then we just go Troll King pass. I don't know why I got deleted. I'm not sure. Tasting Troll King. Yeah, no, I gotcha. Is it maybe better to play the book over making a food in case we hit Daredevil? Well, I mean, I could have done both, right? I could have played the book pre-combat, but I mean, I guess it's the same thing. If I played the book and miss on land, then I still can't activate these anyways. So I guess it's the same exact thing. It doesn't really change much, though, right? But maybe if I'm, like, going for high upside, it's better to play the book. I mean, but I want to leave the Goose. I need to leave the Goose untapped to be able to block Nexus. So I couldn't main phase activate the Goose. Like, I simply cannot just... I can't not have a blocker for Nexus this turn. That's a good start for us. Is there a way to play Troll King in Pioneer? So when we were building the food deck, that was one thing we had kept asking, is, you know, how do we get Troll King to the deck? The only good discard outlets that we could come up with were, like, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which is a good card. I'm not going to disagree with you. But it's like, I don't know, that's, like, the only good discard outlet other than, like, Collective Brutality, I guess. But there's just not... There's nothing like Cookbook in Pioneer. Nothing that efficient. Okay, let's get the Spellbomb out. I wonder if Bowmaster is just not that good. They don't really play any X1s, right? Yeah, Bowmaster's not good. Call the Bloodline Olivia's Dragoon? Right, I said good discard outlets. But, you know, my point still stands. What's it feel like to be a ghost? Okay, turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Finale, and then we have the Daredevil too. I mean, I have Boseiju. I don't think I can mull this hand. Doesn't have Fatal Push, which scares me a little bit, but it's good other than that. Is Lotleth Troll legal? It is, but again, again, same thing. There's no good discard outlets. That card is also not very good. I think it's better than Samwise Asmo. It's different. Samwise is a combo deck. This is a mid-range deck. So it's like, I don't really want to compare those two, because they're just not the same deck. What, Lotless Troll? I don't know about that. I've played my fair share of Lotless Troll. So the problem with Troll is it's only good in bad decks, right? Like, you have to play 34 creatures in your deck. Nice deck, bro. Stoneforge. What are we getting with that? They got the sus. Stoneforge reveals sus. Lightning Axe. Again, it's like, it's a red card too, right? It's the same thing. Let him cook. I don't know if I want to let you cook. I mean, if they got Hammer, I should probably just hold up Boseiju here and not play the cookbook. Yeah. And it's not even that suspicious, because I might just not want to use my food here and also leave up a flying blocker. So I'm just going to do it this way and pass. Reckless Handling. Is that the one that searches for an artifact? It's just gamble for artifacts. Search for an artifact, then discard a card at random. What are you searching for in Pioneer, though? Pure Steel Paladin. Okay. Gotta give them a card. They have Paradise Mantle. Mantle would be nigh unfortunate. Reckless Handling for Tough Cookie. Let him cook, let him cook. I see where you're going with this. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I see where you're going. Okay, so let's go play Fetch for a Forest. Then I can play both books and still hold up Boseiju. I think I should main phase kill the Paladin. Yeah, I'm gonna main phase kill the Paladin for sure. I might also just want to go Finale for another Asmo next turn, just to get another cookbook in rotation. Because, like, having more food is very valuable with the Asmo. Might as well attack with it, too. 3 Bolt. I mean, there's some argument to killing Stoneforge, but I think if they had Cauldra, they would have Cauldred instead of playing the Pure Steel Paladin. Like, this line is a little sus to Cauldra. And I also want to main phase the Asmo activation because I don't want them to have Surge of Salvation. You ever played Takenuma in this deck? There could be room. Maybe you played over, like, the 3rd Overgrown Tomb. Because Takenuma milling over Feasting Troll King is kind of nice. Is Takenuma a May? Like, if I have Troll King in all lands, do I have to get back to the Troll King? I mean, it's whatever. You can just discard it to, Cookbook, even if that's the case. Or Dogs to Cauldra. Yeah, but, like, if I kill the Stoneforge and leave them with Paladin, they just get to go, like, land, animate, equip. So yeah, I have to kill the Paladin. It's not a May. Forge anew. Forge anew what? What am I Boseijuing? I wonder if I block the Stoneforge, if they're more likely to equip here. Okay, well now I have to kill the hammer. Which is moderately annoying, but I can make... No, that's fine. I can make enough food next turn to have 2 activations. We can just go make food, activate Goose for the 4th. It's a pretty good draw, too. So, food. I'm just going to make a bunch of food main phase. I'll even shock to have all my mana up. Yeah, now we can actually... I guess there's no reason to make a food now. Yeah, this is fine. But I want to leave up 3 mana so I can go activate Goose and activate Haywire Mite. Oh, no, main phase is bad because they have a mana up. Like, if they have Surge, they have it up the whole time. But I don't want to let them use their mana on my turn. You know what I mean? I can also just respond to them playing a hammer and kill the Forge anew. And they're not quite locked, but they're very close to locked. Exile Saga. Again, it's just so bad into Surge. I want them to play spells first, and I want them to play into my shit, you know? I don't want to play into their shit. That's fine. they activate Stoneforge Force? They can, but I have 2 Asmo activations. And now, also, if they use their Stoneforge, they don't have white mana up for Surge. So all of this is totally fine. Right, like, again, we go, like, kill Paladin, they Surge, then I just go make a food, kill Paladin again. So no matter what, we can beat a Surge. I also just don't have to use my mana now. It might be worth doing this now, though. Maybe. If they're doing something now. I don't really know what they can do now that beats Haywire Mite double Asmo activation. Maybe they have Solitude? Yeah, that's the thing. I'm going to have to hit the Needle. I'm going to have to hit the Saga at some point, so... I think I'm just going to do this now. Use my mana. And then I can Finale for another... I can Finale for another Haywire Mite, even if they Surge. That's why I need to use my mana now. 3 mana for Finale, 1 to activate. This is like whatever. This doesn't let them play it at instant speed, right? Yeah, okay, so I don't give a shit about this. This is fine. Guess I'll Street Wraith first. I don't think we can lose this game now. Yeah, I guess I'll just get the one from the graveyard. Again, doing this main phase. Play around Surge. Make 2 more food. Just making all the food main phase so I can't get, like, punked out or anything. Could double block, but they won't. What if they Surge, then turn on Inkmoth? Well, I have a Goose to block. I have a flying blocker. Shoot Paladin. I guess maybe shooting the Paladin and having 2 activations up was probably fine. I was thinking that I could just shoot the Paladin, like, if they go to play a hammer or something, I could just shoot the Paladin response. But, yeah, maybe it's better to do it while they're tapped out. Like, 2 activations is probably enough. I was thinking that I wanted, like, as many as I could at instant speed. But, yeah, they're just locked anyways. Ooh, no lands. If these were Street Wraiths, I would keep. Giga Chad. Okay, this hand's actually good. Yeah, that's fair. We don't have answers to Sanctifier. That could definitely be a problem. Watery Grave, Preordain. Okay, let's try and spike an Asmo. You know. Too easy. He can't keep getting away with it, can he? Path of Peril is worth it to answer Sanctifier Rhinos. The weird part about Path of Peril in Saga decks is, like, you get into these spots where you make a bunch of tokens, and then your opponent also makes a bunch of shit, and then you end up losing your tokens in the exchange. So it's like, it's kind of weird, you know? I'm just gonna pass here. They'll never expect the Spanish Inquisition. You know you want to cast your Bowmaster. God, you absolutely love to see it. You just love to fucking see it. See you. The resident Rhinos expert, can I ask what Commandeer is for, like, what matchup? Mostly ring decks. You can bring it in the mirror to take their Crushing Footfalls. I don't like that as much, but it's mostly there for ring. Instead of playing, like, a 3rd copy of Bone Crusher or a 3rd copy of Questing Beast. Yeah, it's good against big manas, too. Like, yeah, it's good against Tron. Right, yeah. Coffers, too. I guess you could take their ring or their Karn. Yeah, it's good against Coffers. Not good against Amulet, because you can't take Titan with it. Well, no, I mean, you could take their Karns. You can't take their, like, Ulamogs or Wormcoils, but you can take their Karn Liberated, Karn the Great Creator, Ugins. It is, in fact, Death Shadow. Interesting they left me with the Asmo. Oh, no, the Asmo was in play. What am I saying? I'm dumb. Okay, so let's play Goose. They may have Bolt here. Yeah. But the problem is if I don't activate the Cookbook main phase, they can just untap and have a 2-mana removal spell, right? So, like, I have to activate now, I think. Like, they're not going to Bolt end of turn, right? Maybe I can just hope they fuck up. I mean, I guess what I could do is just never activate, right? I could just play Shadowspear and just pass, right? Yeah, we just say go. This is kind of fine. We have chump blockers for Shadow. That's another thing that Bowmasters does very nicely, is give you chump blockers. Yeah, they just can't cast the Bolt here. Oh, I guess the issue is letting them untap lets them just go fetch land, make it a 7/7, then I can't kill it, right? So maybe this was bad. Because now any fetch land gets us out of range. Broke it. For the third time this stream, Spike was talking about that sort of stuff with Peregrine Took. Oh, sure. If they crack the fetch land, I can respond to the fetch. Okay, but they didn't crack the fetch anyways, so now we can just be patient. That's, like, kind of the perfect draw. We can go make a token. Let this resolve. Get... I guess just, like, a blocker. Oh, no, I fucked up. I needed to get another cookbook. Right, because now I do this. Now they kill the Asmo. I fucked up. I needed to get a second cookbook. In my head, I was going to do that, and then I just didn't do it. So I get second cookbook, activate, they bolt, then I activate again. But now I fucked up. Yep, I fucked up. Yeah, this is fine. We just pass. I forgore. Cracking a fetch costs a life. Right, so here's the thing. They have a 6/6 Shadow. Right, I chump block with my 1/1. They go fetch post-combat, activate. I respond to the activation. Shadow's a 7/7 with 1 damage on it. Discard my card, then have it deal 6 damage to itself. So that would have been the line. I mean, I'm just gonna go for this, right? Kind of in a pretty bad spot if they have another removal spell, which they almost certainly do. Should have probably played the Spellbomb pre-combat, too. Kind of throwing. I just kind of assume they have a push. Yeah. Man. God, I fucked up this game so bad. I could have easily won. If I had just gotten a second cookbook, I would have won this game. They wouldn't have a Shadow in play. Regrets. All regrets. Taking the sip. I'd take Troll King. Yeah, we can make a food with Goose and get back Troll King. Which is not bad. Troll King equip Shadowspear. We couldn't do it that turn, but we could do it this turn. I could have actually done that instead of equipping Shadowspear, maybe. That's not great for me. Guess I should have main phased this. Okay, I'm actually just gonna leave the Goose back to chump block now. I guess I'll do this now. Okay, never mind. Never punished. Never, ever punished. So the question is, do I kill something with Asmo or get back Troll King? I can't kill the Regent, but I can chump the Regent with Goose. So I can go, like, kill Shadow this turn, chump. Problem with putting Troll King into play is they just go attack with Murktide. I chump, they leave the Shadow back, and then Troll King with Shadowspear is kind of an awkward attacker into an untapped Shadow. So I think I'm actually supposed to just kill the Shadow. Yeah, I think this is correct. I'm going to hold the cookbook in case I want to discard it next turn, which I might. I don't think I'm going to go to 3. They really have double bolt here. I'm dead the double bolt. Bolt here, attack bolt me. Can I just overkill it? Don't you have to assign anything past lethal? You have to assign to them, right? I thought. Is that not right? Why would you not bolt the Goose here? That makes no sense. That's a hell of a draw. That's a hell of a draw step. Okay, so let's make 2 food. Now the question is, I think I'm just gonna get back the Troll King, right? We just go equip here, go up to 11, and then we don't die to bolt, and then just get back Troll King. I think I like that. Bro. Moto, please. 1, 2, 3. Alright, go. You must assign at least lethal. You can do more if you want, but you can't do less. Okay, so if I have like an 8-power Trampler, let's say I have like an 8/7 Trampler, and they have a 6/6 Shadow, I can assign all 8 to the Shadow. I always forget how that works. Got it, okay. If we have Shadowspear on a creature, it can block Dothi. The real reason why everybody is playing Shadowspear. Best card in the format, not close. Opponent through the game. Yeah, if they had bolted the goose and attacked me, I would have been in a much worse spot. I probably would have lost. I'd be at 7 instead of 11, right? Drafted a very good mono-red aggro deck in the first 64, only misses wielding a Fire Blast. Nice. And shoot my own lifelinker. Well, I have no food this turn, but I can do that next turn. One short. One short. Alright, I go to 1. I go to 1 and you die. Oh, what a game. What a game. GG's. Why did villain attack to their death? I mean, if they hold this back, they still die. It doesn't matter. They're dead to better watch on. It didn't matter. Yeah, if they leave back the 10-10, I still just kill the 6-6. I have 4 attackers. They have 2 blockers. Okay, this is definitely a Grist matchup to kill Murktide. Endurance also goated. What do I cut in this matchup? Is Endurance good against Shadow? I don't know. It might not be. Probably cut the Street Wraiths? And then trim on Steelseeker, perhaps? Yeah, I don't want to lose a bunch of life. Could, like, trim 1 Steelseeker, maybe cut the Needle? Although they very likely have explosives. Could shave a Gilded Goose? Let's try that. Feels weird to not bring in Fatal Push, but, like, what else am I going to cut? I could cut all the Gilded Geese? Just have Fatal Push, maybe? Could trim on Feasting Troll King, maybe? A lot of things I could do. I don't know what I should do. Honestly, I'm just like you. Yeah, I think cutting all the Street Wraiths is fine. So the way that I look at it is, in matchups where your Asmos are a lot more alive, like the creature matchups, like when your opponent has Death Shadows and Ragavans and stuff, you don't really want to Asmo early anyways, because you want to wait until you can get value off of it. Therefore, the Street Wraiths aren't as necessary if you're not looking to play Asmo on turn 1. If that makes sense. I think it's the Commander Masters extended border. My Goose bolted, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. Better against Spell Pierce. Okay, no bolt, I like that. Psyduck is just getting flashbanged over there. Alright, let's go Saga. We can go Cookbook. Pay for Spell Pierce. I don't know why they're doing this. I will pay. You have another one? You're just okay with this? Deal. Oh, they're gonna Murktide me, is that what's happening? That's why they did that. Now they can go fetch Murktide. It has to be, right? Why else would they do that? Although it's only a 5/5, which I can still kill with Asmo. They just fucked up. I think they fucked up. Watery Grave. Okay, they still could have Spell Pierce. Let's discard Boseiju. I want to make a food now. It's pretty good. I'm actually going to slow roll the Asmo too. This is going to look weird, but what I think I'm going to do is go Spellbomb, activate, and not pay. Because I think I'd rather make a token than draw a card here. I'm going to do it in their draw phase. What are Dono decks looking like this week? So I was actually saying that earlier. I don't currently have any Dono decks lined up for tomorrow, so if people... I don't know if people are like saving them to do them after Wilds of Eldraine comes out. But if anybody wants to do a Dono deck, you know, we could certainly do them tomorrow. If not, then we'll probably just, like, do some other stuff like Cube or something. But I currently don't have any lined up this week. If you got one, Panda, if you got one. Yeah, I think people want to wait until the new set comes out, which is reasonable. I did that in the wrong order. I should have made a food first to play around Heat. They might have Dress down, but, like, whatever. I'm gonna get Needle and name Explosives. Just in case. And then we go Combat, Attack. Panda with the 3 gifted subs. Appreciate that. Dono decks are 5. I assume that's for a dono deck. Okay, there's the dress down. Thank you very much for the gifted subs, Panda. If you got gifted a sub from Panda, be sure to thank them in chat and dodged if you didn't. Is woe rekindling my interest in Pioneer? Yes. Absolutely. Panda with 2 more gifted. Dodged if you didn't get one. Thank you for the gifted subs, Panda. I appreciate that. Got some Esper Shadow. Of course you want Esper Shadow. Drop me a list in the Discord. I'm going to write this down so I don't forgore. Do this. Dono Q. Panda. Chalice on Zero. It's annoying. Okay. Might lose this game somehow. I think we're still fine, but... You want to play Panda? Alright, deal. I have 3 cards in graveyard. Again, I think I should probably upkeep this Endurance. Panda. Alright, in the queue. Yeah, I mean, they probably have a counter spell, but I have to draw phase this. Or upkeep this so they don't Murktide me. You've caught 2 gifted subs today. You having a good day. Is that Expressive Iteration number 3? No way. No way. Big Oofta redeemed a dono deck. Alright, there's one for Big Oofta as well. Let me write this down. Panda, Big Oofta. Again, guys, if you want to just put the decks in the Discord, it's the easiest place for me to just keep track of them. And I think you guys are both in the Discord. You had to leave DT stream. Was he not playing Goblin Guide? How am I in this position, by the way? I thought we couldn't lose this game. That's good. Surely they don't have Fatal Push, right? Come on! My brother in Christ. My brother in Christ. I mean, they did cast 3 Expressive Iterations, so, like, I'm not surprised they have it all. But, you know, just, like, catch a break one time, maybe. Panda. Oh, the 4th Expressive Iteration, I see. 3 wasn't enough, huh? The nice thing is, they don't have any more. He said, and I quote, I cannot play Goblin Guide. Was he playing Cube? I don't know how I get out of this. I don't know if I can. I mean, it's going to take them a while to kill me, because I have a lot of food in play. I guess my out is hope they target Preordain, and then I can go Bowmaster, ping Daredevil twice. Yeah. Like, they're going to Preordain, right? Okay. I mean, they probably just have Drown, so it's kind of irrelevant, but... Okay. That's also bad. Just, like, find a Saga and we'll be fine. No longer fine if we find a Saga. Remember when I discarded that Boseiju on turn 1? If I had Boseiju, I would have won this game. But, you know. They didn't have a Chalice when I discarded the Boseiju on turn 1. Oh, yeah, actually, even Haywire Mite would have done it. Alright, next game. So, now that I know they have Chalice, they're less likely to have Explosive, so I think I'm just going to play a second Haywire Mite. Maybe I could also bring in some number of Fatal Pushes. I could, like, trim a Troll King, trim a Goose, and just bring in 3 push. I actually kind of like that. Let's do that. Was DT trying to draft Red and Cube? I mean, that was his first problem, right? Panda. This song is dedicated to all my pandas out there. I love opening Boseiju Urza Saga double Asmo. I'm actually considering keeping this hand. I know it's maybe psychotic, because they're so likely to kill this. Bip. Madge. This hand just doesn't do anything. I don't want to go to 5. Okay, I guess it kind of does something. I don't think their deck plays Ragavan, so I'm going to put back Fatal Push. Oh, Spell Pierce is nice. I think I'm just going to jam Finale on 2. In their defense, they should have already won the match. They punted huge game one. They, like, mega punted game one. So, we shouldn't even be here. But that is part of Magic. Sometimes your opponent fucks up. I think Bowmaster's not that good versus them. I mean, it's really good against Preordain and Arcanist. Yeah, Sven never messes up with Burn. Obviously. Just gonna fetch now. Okay, so I'll play Steelseeker. I'll play Cookbook. Sure, that's fine. Dude. Steelseeker has resolved. Book. Book. Really want to find Ovalchase Daredevil. I guess Saga would be good too. Okay. Go. I don't think I'm going to discard the Catacombs to make a food. Kind of surprised they're killing the Steelseeker and not the Asmo. I guess that makes sense. They don't want to give me more cards. Exiled Bowmaster? That usually means they're not hitting a land drop. That's a weird draw, because if I get Steelseeker, I have no cards in hand. God, that's awkward. I could get Gilded Goose and blow up Chalice. Get Bowmaster. It's kind of weird, though, because, like, what if they Shadow next turn? Like, if I go attack for 3, get Bowmaster, put them to 9, they can go Bolt Asmo, play Shadow. Maybe that's fine, though. Because, like, if they're missing land drops, getting a Bowmaster is not even that bad. Because then they have to keep cantripping. Yeah, let's do it. I could also just choose to not attack with the Asmo this turn. But if they, for some reason, don't kill the Asmo, then they can't really play a Shadow anyways, because then we could just go discard whatever we draw, make a food, kill the Shadow. And I like applying pressure, because now they're on a 2-turn clock. Not attacking just gives them 1 extra turn, which I don't love. Because, like, we're going to have to attack eventually. Okay, very nice that they had a shock land and not a fetch land, because now it's only a 6/6. If they had both, it's smart for them to wait. I don't care about the Boseiju, so it's whatever. But I have to do this now. Oh. Well, fuck me, I guess. Go. I guess it's like... Oh, it still dies? I didn't know it still died. Right, because it's end of turn. Haha, it's still 6 damage on it. Yeah, okay. So they just fogged, basically. Fog, draw a card. I forgot that it would die. It's not like... You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't go to cleanup step, and it... Yeah. Okay, that worked out kind of okay for us. I shouldn't be F6ing, because we might want to sack the cookbook. Yeah, they save life. That's what I said, it was a fog. They basically spent 2 mana, drew a card, and fogged for 5 damage, so, like, it was a good line from them, for sure. I mean, it's definitely better. I was thinking that if they had Dress Down... Well, No, that was actually worse, right? They should have... No, I guess there's no good way to do it, because if they Dress Down in response to me discarding a... If they Dress Down in response to me making a food, then I keep the food in play. And then if I keep the food, Dress Down dies, then I still kill the Shadow. So there's no way for them to do that, where they get to keep the Shadow, I think. Like, the Shadow is going to die no matter what. Looks like they have Murktide here. 7/7, huh? 7/7 is big. Do we... So the upside of not sacrificing Cookbook here is if we draw exactly Daredevil, and we can go make 2 food, attack with everything, and attack with both the 1/1s. They just don't block. Could also get an Endurance. Also get Steelseeker. Endurance doesn't sound that bad. Let's get Endurance. Yeah. Sounds fine to me. Drew another Asmo. I can discard that to Cookbook. Go. Are attacking. I will happily take the 7. I accept. I don't know why they didn't do that pre-combat. Interesting. Seems weird to attack first. Zelda Bloodstained Mire. Okay. So let's go end of turn, cast Endurance. If I target them, they get their expressive back. So I guess we target ourselves for like drown potential. I'm gonna do this too, because now it shuffles the Asmo back in, so it makes their drown so much worse. I'll take a Fatal Push off the top. They are fetching now. So we can attack with everything. It's kind of a disaster if they have Fatal Push, right? They block Endurance, push Asmo, take 2, go to 4. It's not very good. Just go like Steelseeker pass. Could also go like pass the turn, Endurance on Murktide, make a second food, then fight the Murktide post-combat. Doesn't sound that great either. Well, it's like kind of not a free attack, because if I attack with both, they block Bowmaster, and then I post-combat make a food, they can push in response. Also, no, that doesn't work, because they block 1, go to 5, and the Shadow becomes an 8/8, and it wouldn't die, so that doesn't do anything. Oh boy, this is a rough spot. Very, very rough spot. I think I might just play Steelseeker, tank the Murktide hit. We swing all. If we swing all, that we die. They just block here and go to 1. I'm dead on board if I swing all. Attack with Endurance. They just take it, which I guess is fine if they take it. I mean, if I'm doing any of that, I need to do this first, because if they have Fatal Push, attacking is horrendous. Although I guess I can't win if they have Fatal Push anyways. So it's mostly irrelevant. Like, I'm just dead to that card regardless. Yeah, I mean, I'm never beating Fatal Push anyways. Okay. Their draw was really good this game. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna gain life. Go to 3. Had the dress down, I don't care. I guess I could chump block this Shadow. Sure. Take 7. Yeah, what a frustrating game. Very, very frustrating game. I mean, it is playing for Expressive Iteration, which they drew 4 copies of Game 2. Just throwing that out there. They could draw less than that. They don't need to draw 4 copies, but... Lightning Bolt. Is everybody playing Shadow? This could be Murktide. Looks like it is Murktide. Or not. Murktide with Ice, maybe? See, hear me out. It's Rhinos, but they cut Crashing Footfalls for Lightning Bolt. It's what we in the business like to call good deck building. 3 mana. I'm gonna fetch in response. They can't like ice my Saga if they have another ice. Get a forest player on Blood Moon. Posted El Deco. Alright, I'll take a look tonight. It's 2 a.m. Tried to go to sleep and you can't. Well, welcome back, Snack Bar. I'm still here. Alright, tokens. They don't have Dress Down main, I can't imagine. I mean, they could. It's not likely. Let's get the book. I can't quite Troll King them. Let's just go to combat. I'm not going to show them the Troll King either. I'm just going to discard Daredevil to make a extra damage. You have main deck Dress Down. Okay, well, touche. Main deck Dress Down. Do I buy a playset of Murktide or do I pay for your phone to be fixed? I think you can answer that question yourself. Okay. Still not like 100% sure exactly what their deck. I guess they're just like blue-red control. Could have maybe Troll King there. That was better. Maybe they counter this. Unlucky. No, we lost a Shadow. Why do you smell Snapcaster Mage? You could smell the copium from across the room. Guys, I promise you, Flame of Anor is not what made Snapcaster Mage playable. Maybe if we get Ancestral Recall in Modern, then you could call me. Then you could maybe sell me, but until we get Ancestral Recall, I think you might want to keep the Snapcasters in the binder. Oh, they have Mutavault in their deck. Is this the famous Mutavault Archmage's Charm deck? Don't lie. I'm not lying. I'm being honest. I'm trying to save you from yourself, okay? Is this multiple Dress Down's main deck? Kind of seems like it. Well, you can't Snapcaster Dress Down. Maybe they think they can. Can't quite kill both because I can make a food. Jocelyn time. Banger alert. So, Shattered... Okay. Wait, I don't need to respond. That's fine. Okay, that dies. I think I am going to get the Spellbomb here. Yeah, getting Shadowspear is kind of mid. I don't really care about the Mutavault, so I'll play Boseiju. I think we play Steelseeker here, just to try and get a card out of it. Might be worth resolving Asmo, as Finale for Asmo. But I kind of want to get the Troll King into play. This is a weird spot. What if I Spellbomb them? No, I can hold the Spellbomb. Yeah, what if I... Okay, you know what? Let's go Steelseeker, and then discard Troll King to Cookbook. I think I like that. Alright, never mind then. Okay. Never mind. 1, 2, 3. Your turn. Should have bolted the Goose game one, was clacking too fast. Clicked the wrong... Oh, yeah, sure. I was kind of confused by that. I was like, why would they bolt me and not the Goose? GG's, though. GG's. Oh my god, are we casting Lorien Revealed? Oh my god. Chad, hold me. Holy shit. What a Giga Chad. What an absolute Giga Chad. I almost died when they cast that. Okay, well, I would like to go search my library for a Haywire Mite. May I do that? Search. Kekbai, Shark Typhoon. Probably just go to combat. And then we can hold up the Misty to crack the Spellbomb and draw a card. So they're going to bolt my Troll King? Oh, I should have discarded the Daredevil to deal 1 point of damage. That was stupid. There was, like, no reason not to. Yeah, that was dumb. I missed 1 point of damage there. I just misclicked. Isn't this the new Murktide list with Snapcaster and Flame of Anor? I mean, I haven't seen this deck yet, but I can't imagine playing Snapcaster Mage and Flame of Anor is better than just playing normal Murktide. It does not look very good. But that could be what it is, yeah. Alright, come on. Come on, we need to have a talk. Alright, we need to have a talk. Come on, opponent, please. What are we doing over here? I mean, this is lethal. I'm just gonna go to combat, I guess. Alright, I will attack you with my 6/6. They are gonna ice my 6/6. Second main, I'm gonna play around them drawing a Murktide. Which maybe I should have done this last turn. Guess we name Hall. And then we can go... Do I want a Finale now? It's probably good to resolve it while they're tapped out. Let's just get an Asmo. I'm gonna want to get an Asmo anyways. Get a book. Your turn. Yeah, but see, here's the thing you have to understand. Guillaume Wafotapa can win with a ham sandwich. Most people who are not Guillaume Wafotapa cannot win with Wafotapa decks. I think a lot of people don't realize that. Wafotapa is just built different. They sure will try. Yes, I agree with you. They definitely will try. Think the turtle has any room in these decks to buy back Saga? Oh, I hadn't thought about that. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I also could have main phased, made the food. Why didn't I not do that? That was really stupid. I could have main phased, made food, and then got back the Troll King last turn. Okay, they didn't animate Mutavault. Let's go here. Let's go make a food. I'm just going to make a bunch of food and then play Daredevil and bring back Troll King. Just clicking buttons. I think we're at that part of the game. Cast Ovalchase Daredevil. Bring back the Troll King. Proceed. Watching Waffle Tapa play? Yeah, there's nothing like it. There really isn't anything like it. We've gone to the 4-2 side of things a lot today. It's a very common plan with this deck. Should rename the deck. It's no longer Black-Green Asmo, it's just Black-Green 4-2s. It's all you need sometimes. Just beat your opponent with limited cards that you would not even play in limited. I don't recall this card being good or bad in this limited format. It's been a while since I played Kaladesh limited. I feel like it was okay. Okay. I could trade for Daredevil. What's the plan after that? I could just get that shit back. They're gonna go deal 5, draw 2, and then bolt the Troll King. Alright. I'm just gonna get all my creatures back this turn. Second main. Discard Troll King. Get back Daredevil. Play it all again. I'm gonna do this now and make all the food and then play the Daredevil. Do I think Jund Saga is the best Saga deck in the meta? I think Hammer's kind of slept on. I know that people like over-exaggerated the death of Hammer because of the One Ring, but I mean Hammer's still really the nice thing about Hammer is it's really good against Scam. God, you know you're in trouble when you're counter-spelling an Ovalchase Daredevil. I'm not even sure that Bowmaster's that good against Hammer. Like, they have a lot of X2s. Could have played the Goose for food. I know, but I'm giving them more information if I do that. I can just hold the Goose until after all this happens. It's like the same thing, right? I don't tell them what my last card in hand is. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what people in the Super League play. Hammer no Sentinel does make a lot of sense. It's kind of the same reason you would want to cut Ragavan and Scam. Yeah, exactly. It's okay against Hammer. And post board they can just cut their Sentinels pretty easily, even if they play Sentinel. But you have like Stoneforge Mystic, Ornithopter, and Puresteel Paladin. None of those die to Bowmaster. Alright, fetch to 3. How are they getting out of this? So they can go Murktide, block 1, double bolt the other one, I guess? Is that their plan? Cycle Shark Typhoon for 0. Okay, I don't think you have outs. Cool. Okay, blue-red, maybe Murktide stuff. We're just going to sideboard like their Murktide. So let's cut like 2 of the Street Wraiths, 2 of the Gilded Geese. I think I'm going to keep the Bowmasters. They're probably going to bring in more Blood Moons. Let's just cut all the Street Wraiths. I like this. I think Bowmaster is pretty good. They have a lot of draw 2s. Even though they don't have any X1s, just if you resolve it and they don't have a bolt, really makes it hard for them to like keep cantripping. Can you explain why people are playing Lorien Revealed? I mean, there's a couple of different reasons. So one, if you're playing with pitch cards like Subtlety or Force of Negation, it's a way to kind of cheat the land count, because it's effectively, like, for all intents and purposes, it is a blue land that enters the battlefield tapped because you spend a mana and get a blue land. So it's like, it's a way to cheat the land count, but also have more blue cards for your pitch spells. That's most of the reason why people are playing it. I think I'm going to get a Forest here. Play around Blood Moon a little bit. Might just jam Grist on turn 2. It's pretty high upside. It's like counterspell or bust. I'm kind of down with it. Especially if they tap in on their turn. Oh, okay. Well, not for that. Okay, well, please no Blood Moon, I guess. I mean, I played around as much as I could by getting basic Forest. But we're kind of fucked if they have Blood Moon. I actually don't know if their deck plays Blood Moon. Yeah, that sucks too. We do have 2 Haywire Mites to be able to potentially kill that. Is it even worth discarding anything? Kind of want to keep all my 3-drops. Like, I could discard a 3-drop to play the Asmo, but I just don't think that's worth it. I'm just gonna pass. Sentinel is too good to cut because of Bowmaster. Maybe, yeah. I mean, you probably want to trim a couple of them. Like, I wouldn't want to have 4 copies of Sentinel in my deck post-board against Bowmaster, but yeah. Like, you know where I'm going with that. I think I target the Fire Ace. I have to cycle the Lantern, I think. Trying to find a land. Go. Could it, like, pitch cast Endurance to keep them off Murktide? I don't really want to do that, though. It's, like, so bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, accept defeat if they have it. Have I ever had the joy of deflecting, palming a hammer player? No, I have not. Sounds fun, though. Surely I'll draw a 3rd land at some point, right? Or Divinations. Let's go. God, you get to play 8 Divinations now. You have Archmage's Charm and Flame of Anor. How could you say no to 8 copies of Divination? Oh my god, Ancestral Recall too? Say it ain't so. Have a good night, snack bar. I'm just gonna main phase this. I mean, they probably have a removal spell, but like... I want to do it while they don't have counterspell up. We can't win this game. Alright, Haywire Mite, please. It's not Haywire Mite. Well... I could Endurance now. It's Endurance now. Are we gonna die to Flying Sharks? Yes. They're gonna untap a Shark Typhoon and we can't beat this card. I could attack with both and just hope they don't have a bolt. They didn't have a bolt last turn. Yeah, unfortunate. If I drew Haywire Mite there, I would have been fine. Kind of surprised they even just ran it out there. Maybe they... You know what that must mean? That must mean they have Stern Scolding, because they wouldn't run this out there without it. I can't imagine they would. Okay, so discard Daredevil, play Asmo. I'm not playing Steelseeker first, because I want to equip the Shadowspear this turn. They counter this, and then I can equip and have a 4-power attacker. No counterspell. I mean, I guess they can also just, like, kill the Asmo and then go to blocks. They're bolting something. I'll kill it. They have something for the Endurance. Attack for 4. Snapcaster Bolt. Okay. They do still take some amount of damage this turn, which is not irrelevant. Go 7. I mean, it's probably mostly irrelevant. Yeah. This game is slipping away. It didn't help that we didn't draw a 3rd land until turn 8. Maybe if we had our 3rd land a little bit sooner, we might have had a chance this game. It's a dead card. Press down. Yep, shark. Alright, well, I can kill their 2/2 shark. I will take 4. Hope they don't play the Shark Lord. Yeah, they're just what's the artifact one? Adaptive Automaton? Alright, yeah, I'm off it. You win. It's like I'm having a hard time staying awake playing against this opponent. Like I keep drifting off. I want a third Haywire Mite if they're just gonna keep fucking YOLOing Shark Typhoon for no reason. Maybe. Yeah, I kinda like it. I don't know how many Shark Typhoons they have, but they've shown a propensity to just jam it. You just hate control? I do. It's not fun to play against. Yeah, Mite's good against Alpine Moon, too. That might be their only answer to Saga. They haven't shown us Blood Moon. I don't know if these decks do actually play Blood Moon. God, this hand just doesn't do anything. We have to ship it. Alright, better. Back the Misty. This hand's alright. We could even fetch both Swamp Forest with this hand, which is nice. We go turn 2 Finale. They explosives for 1? I thought they did X equals 1. They did it for 0? Oh, I just kind of assumed they did it for 1 to blow up the cookbook. Why did they do it on 0? I didn't have a Construct token. I guess they wanted to kill the Asmo? Yeah, I had a chance in that game. I just kind of like when they put the explosives in the stack, I just would have assumed that they would do it for 1 and not 0. So I was like, kind of, you know what I mean? Like instinctually in my head, I was like, oh, they're just casting this for 1. I can't win. A pass here. Well, then punt. Was it a punt from me, or was it a punt from them for not casting it for 1? Who actually punted? Who's the real punter here? Let's go to combat first. I hate all the food decks because it's impossible to tell which version is objectively better. What if I told you that it's a possibility that they're better in certain metagames and one is not always objectively better anyways? I mean, I should probably go for the Bowmaster now, right? It's not going to get any better. They're so likely to have Counterspell, but like... Wow, they don't. Maybe a Bolt. Sure. Okay, so I'm beginning to think they just don't have Counterspell. They have 2 spells in the graveyard. I don't have to Spellbomb them here. I can wait. Yeah. Sorry for using logic, my bad. How does their deck kill a 3/4, by the way? Should pop it now. I'm not going to make a food, right? I want to keep the Haywire Mite. I think I'd rather have the Haywire Mite than a food. Combat. They have to block with 4/4 Shark tokens. Well, bad news. I actually drew the Haywire Mite this game. I think I'm going to hold the Haywire Mite. Because, again, I think they're just so likely to just YOLO the Shark token, the Shark on turn 6. It doesn't actually change the clock either. Okay, sure. Like, I go 4 them to 5, and then I have 5 power next turn. If it changed the clock, I think playing it's reasonable. Oh, they missed a land drop. How are they ever going to cast their Shark Typhoon? Oh, they have Flame of Venor, right, yeah. That can kill X-Force. True. Forgot they had Fancy Divination in their deck. Go. Yeah, we're just gonna outgas the troll. Oh! So you're saying there's a chance? Alright, I mean, you're at 6. Go. Outcast troll, Posture. Draw 2 cards. Imagine trying to tell a blue control player that they shouldn't draw cards. They would just they would just stare at you. What are you talking about? You expect me not to draw 2 cards? Unironically, want to draw Urza Saga. That's like the worst draw in the deck. You gotta kill these things at some point. No, they're cycling Shark Typhoon, chat. They learned. They figured it out. They learned. They read their card. You're not supposed to read your card. You know, win it in versus blue-eye control to get into a top 8 a few months ago. Definitely hard cast troll like 4 times that match. Yeah. It happens sometimes. It definitely comes up. God. They're not supposed to read their cards. Don't read my cards either. Just worthless. Draw 2. How many times has my opponent cast Divination this match? At least 20, right? I mean, they have a counterspell, right? Like, I don't even want to attack. Wow, no draw 2s? What's going on over there? Their hand must suck if they didn't cast a draw 2. Alright, play my Bowmaster. Sure. I don't know how much more of this I can take, chat. Alright. Hey, why did they cycle their draw 3? We made it this far. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I've made it this far. I can't do much more of it. God, come on, Moto. The Troll Parade. I mean, they're just gonna counter it. Yeah. Wow, they didn't draw 2? What's going on over there? Opponent, you're supposed to draw 2. What the hell? Isn't that the whole point of playing this deck? Is like every single time that you have the option to draw 2, you are required to draw 2. I don't make up the rules. What else does this deck do? You know? Doesn't do anything else. Yeah, I can't do this anymore. Seems like kind of fine. I think I could keep the Boseiju. Not sure which one I want to put back. I'm definitely putting back a land. You gotta change that to blue-red. I guess we can put back the Catacombs. And then if I... Yeah, this is fine. God, I'm so flustered I can't even cast my spells. That's how emotionally damaged I was after last round. Oh, please, not again. If our opponent's playing the same deck, I'm just going to concede and refund the prediction. I'm not going through this again. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. For the love of Christ. Dredge? What in the Sam hell? I found the one person in the world that doesn't have Sanctifier or Leyline of the Void in their sideboard. I do have Endurance, though. It's probably good enough. We're going to get destroyed this game, though. See, I would much rather play against Dredge than whatever the hell our last round opponent was playing. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I would much rather play against Dredge. I do have a main deck Spellbomb. Trying to think if I should make a token or Finale for Asmo. I think Finale is better. Yeah, because then I can, like, start killing shit and then get the Spellbomb on Chapter 3. I think that's better. Yeah, I like that better. Hitting a Daredevil. Oh my god, it's too good. Might as well do this now. Discard the backup Finale. Hitting a Daredevil there is so crazy. Bowmaster, hilariously enough, not good against Dredge, because they replaced their draw. What's up, Seth? This deck's sweet. I don't know, like, how much of an upgrade Bowmaster is. It's felt okay so far. Not, like, super insane. Okay, they're gonna Ox here. We have to hope they... I don't know, it's really hard for them to brick. But hopefully they don't go, like, super crazy. How many chills have they gone through? I'm just gonna take this. This Trail of Crumb's good in the shell. I think that card is too slow for Modern. So they're gonna Ox here. I have played Trail in the past, but I just think the speed of the format's a little too much for Trail. They had a chill in hand, which is nice. Okay, how bad is it? So we go to 6, they get a Narcomoeba. Yeah, we probably can't beat this. Yeah, we were close. If we were on the play, we would have won this game. We were on the draw, right? Oh no, I wasn't the play that game. Well, they were a little too fast. Okay, Endurance, Lantern. I don't think I want Necromentia. Bowmaster's pretty bad. Is that it? Push, not great. Thoughtseize could be okay on the play to like take their 2-mana draw spell. Best Rabbit, Unicorn, Asmo Shell. I don't know what those words mean. Let's cut Needle. We can probably cut Haywire Mite. Bring in 2 Thoughtseize. Maybe Street Wraith for a 3rd. Let's try that. Alright, play first. Grixis Shadow. So this hand's missing a green card, but I'm definitely going to keep it. I can confirm it was not won by Phyrexian Vindicator, I'll tell you that much. Though I wish it was. Bro, Asmo, Phyrexian Vindicator, when? Yeah, I think the bot's down today. It usually is when there's a Moto update. Gemstone Caverns. Okay. Go Street Wraith first. That, unfortunately for me, is not a green card. I'm sorry, what? Well, I'm going to take Wear Tear because I have Urza Saga. I mean, I guess they're on 5. Yeah, they drew Sacred Foundry. So their hand contains a Portable Hole and a Mana Confluence. I mean, I guess I'll take the Portable Hole. If they find a draw spell, they're just going to cast it anyways. It also unlocks my cookbook. A Delver deck with Expressive Iteration, 1 Pure Modern, a positively shocking turn of events. It wasn't Delver, though. It was Grixis Shadow. There were no Delver of Secrets to be had. Conflagrate for 0, Giga Chad. I don't think there's a necessary... There's not a reason to play the Lantern here, I think. Just make tokens. Like, even if they draw a Dredger, they can't really go off. We could just get Spellbomb with this. I do want to pressure them a little bit. What a game we have here. What a game of Magic we have here. Semantics, but it's not semantics. There were no Delver secrets. How you can't call it a Delver deck, like Delvers? I don't see any Delvers. Just gonna make the token bigger, speed up the clock. I'm gonna discard Endurance because I'm I'm just an asshole. I hope I lose now because I discarded Endurance to BM them. Tron not best deck in Pure Modern? No, not even close. I don't know. I think there were like 1 or 2 people that played Tron. There was not a lot of people that did though. Okay, that's fine. Why didn't I cast Asmo? Because I made a Saga token. I couldn't. I used all my mana that turn to make a Saga token. And I wanted the second token to pressure them rather than play the Asmo. The Gurmag Angler has Delve. Oh, that's why it's Delver, because there's a Delve creature. I didn't think about that. I mean, when you put it that way, I guess you're right. The Rabbit Unicorn in this new card seems great with Asmo Manufacturer. Oh, okay. I knew what card you were talking about. I didn't think of that card in the context of Asmo. I will say, I think Bunicorn is not a modern playable card. I think the card is, like, potentially good in Pioneer, but I just don't see it in Modern. They kept 7. I do have Thoughtseize Lantern. I don't really have anything else, though. Street Wraith. I think I have to keep. Well, I have Lantern. I no longer have Thoughtseize. Cycle this. It's not a May. I have to target my land. Hilarious. This is when they just portable hole me. Cathartic Reunion. Sure, that's fine. I'll let you cook a little bit. If they're doing this, they probably have a second draw spell. Okay, well, good for me. I don't have to use the Lantern yet. Target player, huh? Target player, huh? Madge. If it weren't for this leyline, I think we would have been fine. I can Troll King next turn. We can go end of turn, make a food, untap, discard 2, Troll King. This game is winnable. You're going to play Fairies and Vidalcan Shackles next event. You do you, apeshit. That's all I'm going to say. You do you. I applaud the effort, you know. Gonna link the Will YouTube video. I don't have a direct link right now, but it's on the YouTube channel. Just type !YouTube. If you go to the page, it should be like... Oh, I didn't see the hit Ox. Oh, I fucked up then. Did I, though? I can beat a 5-3, right? I can beat a 5-3. Like, they kind of have to keep going. They're gonna have a 5-3 and nothing else. Yeah, this is totally fine. They chose not to dredge. Okay, well, I still have no reason to use the Lantern. We can, like, actually still win this game. Which is disgusting. I need to put pressure on them, so I have to do this. Oh, I could have put the Goose instead, right, to make a food. Yeah, that was probably a little bit better. Could have also not shown them the second Daredevil, or the second Troll King. But I guess I can just second Troll King next turn, right? I should have played the Goose, though. Because I could have went discard, make a food. I don't know how much it matters. It matters a little bit, but... So they're gonna upkeep Gaze. Okay, that's fine. I still have no reason to pop the Lantern yet. Is Troll literally Gak? Yes. Beasting Troll Gak. Okay, do I let them have a Narcomoeba? No, because I can't let them have 3 Amalgams. So I think we have reached the point where we have to sacrifice this, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, well, you beat me with your 2 cards. I honestly think we're fine. They can't attack. Yeah, I think we win this game. Which is, like, kind of insane. Yeah, take 7. Make a food. Make a food. Make a food. Get back Troll King. 1, 2, 3. Am I doing early access tomorrow? No, because it's only on Arena. I don't play Arena. What's up, King Zeke? How you doing, buddy? Just not really a big fan of the Arena stuff. I mean, I don't know. Like, the client is fine for what it is. But I don't know. I just don't have any desire to play Arena. I mean, it would be cool to, like, build some Pioneer adjacent decks before the new set comes out on Moto. That would have been cool. Okay, we could still maybe lose. The thing is, they've gone through... How many chills they have left? Okay, 1 chill's not going to cut it. It's actually pretty unlucky. They still had, like, what, 2 more in deck, I think. I don't know if they sideboarded any out, but... Alright, well, we still 3-2'd, which is not bad. Not bad, not bad. I don't know, Bowmaster didn't feel like it really came up that much, that league. Is there a donation spot open tomorrow? There actually is, I think. Let me look real quick. Yeah, there's one spot open for tomorrow. I don't know, Bowmaster felt okay. It didn't feel, like, noticeably different than the previous cards that were in the slot, but... I don't know. Could maybe run it back. GG's Tezzy. How much time into the stream are we? 4.5 hours.